Hi all, I am Gaurav. Welcome to Introduction to Scala. I'm starting this series with an intent of sharing my Scala knowledge. Hi all, today I'm going to introduce pattern matching in Scala. Pattern matching is one of the most commonly used constructs in Scala. Pattern matching is a powerful form of switch statement from other languages such as Java, C, or C++. As with many language features in Scala, pattern matches are carefully designed. There are no break statements in Scala. You can pattern match on a variety of different conditions, or on type, on value, or on a specific Boolean expression. We will write a small program to show pattern match in action. Let's start by creating pattern matcher object. In the main method, we will fetch the first element of the incoming arguments and we will assign to a val input data. We will write a pattern match on input data to print a message. Depending on what the day of the week is, if the day of the week is Saturday, then our match expression will print weekend started. If it's Sunday, it will print the message still a weekend. Let's have a closer look at the syntax of match expression before we compile this program. First, we put the name of the val to be match. In our case, it is input day, followed by the match keyword. Then follows an expression block with case clauses. Each case clause starts with keyword case, followed by the pattern to be matched. In this case, both of the patterns to be matched are simply the string values, Saturday and Sunday, respectively. Next comes the arrow sign, which is the equal to followed by the greater than sign. And then to the right hand side of each of those arrow symbol comes the expression to be evaluated if that particular case clause evaluates to true. A few points worth paying attention. Notice how we do not have a break statement at the end of each case clause. That's not required in Scala. As soon as a case clause is encountered which matches the original variable, the expression on the right hand is evaluated and the value is returned. Let us compile the program that we have just written and run it with both parameters Saturday and Sunday. So when we pass Saturday, we got the output as weekend started, and now with Sunday, and we get the output as still a weekend. Notice also how in this example we only have pattern match two possible cases. What if the variable that we are seeking to match did not match any of the patterns? Let us say, for instance, that the value of sample day that we were trying to match is Monday. It would not match either of the patterns, that is Saturday or Sunday, and the result would be a scala.match error. As you can see it here, it's the responsibility as the programmer to make sure that at least one of the patterns does match. There are two ways in which we can deal with this. Both of these solutions involve specifying a catch-all case clause. The first way to do this is using value binding, and the second way is to make use of wildcard operators underscore. Let's have a look. As usual, we have a value called input day. We are going to introduce a new variable weekday. If the incoming value does not match Saturday or Sunday, then Scala will assign the incoming value to weekday. So if we pass Monday, Scala will then go ahead and evaluate the expression on the right hand side of the weekday to return the value today is Monday. You have to catch the bus. Let's see it in action. Let us compile our program once again. Let's pass the value this time as Monday. And we have the output as today is Monday. Catch the bus. So this was value binding in action. Another common way of achieving the same effect is to use placeholder variable underscore. Underscore is a way of telling Scala to match anything. In this case, underscore will match the pattern input day. But there is one thing that you need to keep in mind while using underscore is that you cannot use underscore on right hand side of the arrow. Else we will get an unbound placeholder parameter error message. So that's just not going to work. In order to fix this error, we will change the return value on the right hand side to not a weekend, you have to catch the bus. And that fixes our error. So far, so good. Well, as both Saturday and Sunday fall over the weekend, we want to combine both the days into a single statement. There are two ways of doing this: pattern guards and OR expression. Let's start with our usual input day. We will use OR expression first. When I say OR, it is OR. Notice how we have combined both Saturdays and Sundays into a single case clause. Now let us modify our example to use pattern guards. The idea is similar to OR expression, but we will be using if statement to guard the case clause. Let us try to compile a program once again, and we can see the same output. This was quite a simple example, but the pattern matching in Scala is quite powerful and flexible. Scala can do pattern matching on type as well. Let's say that you want to write a method to calculate area of a circle, but this method is exposed to outside world, and you could receive your radius either as a string or an int. In the world of Java, you would have used instance of to check if the incoming input is string or int. In Scala, we can simply use pattern match. Let us have a look at the code. I will declare a method circle area that would take input parameter as any. There is no restriction on the incoming input. The method will return the area of type double. We will do a match on radius. If the incoming argument is int, then we will calculate the area right away. But if it is a string, then we have to convert string to int first. I will call this circle area method in main to test our code. First, we will call the method by providing radius as int, and then we will call the method again by providing radius parameter as string. Let us print the area in both the cases to compare the result. Let's compile our code once again. Let's execute the code. As you can see that both the outputs are the same, irrespective of irrespective of the type of input received. You can also try to match various other types such as double, float, int, or long. I hope you have enjoyed working with pattern matching. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Please post your comments and suggestions.